You're listening to Dark Conversations,
where we talk about the things that keep us up at night.
where horror, paranormal, and crime collide together. Nothing is ever quite what it seems.
Tonight, we're stepping into the dark, so turn off your lights.
Be comfortable and
Let's dive into the abyss.
Thank you. So last week we forgot to actually draw our things out.
Not that we think, no, we didn't forget to draw them out. We forgot to record.
Okay, we forgot to record drawing.
We couldn't record because after we got done, we're like, oh yeah, we didn't draw.
So we drew. So we're actually talking about.
We'll kind of go down the line.
Oh my goodness!
There. Okay. Well, while you get ready, we are going to be talking about slasher movies.
Yes, we watched a lot. Like the next day, I think we watched about 15, 16.
No, not that much.
No, there was more than 3.
No, we watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre and then Scream. Then we watched one other one, and that was it.
Oh, I thought there was so much more.
No, we did not watch anything after that.
Oh.
But I looked up what the top 10, and you know, when you Google things now, you get the stupid AI overview.
Yeah.
That stupid overview, their top 10 is Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Friday the 13th, Psycho, Child's Play, Candyman, Black Christmas, and Terrifier. But then I looked up a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten Tomatoes is the one that came up next. And theirs is Psycho, Halloween, Peeping Tom, which I've never seen that one, Nightmare on Elm Street, Maxine, Pearl, Fear Street 1666, Fear Street 1978, Terrifier, and Bodies.
I would not put Fear Street 1666 before 1978. Nuh-uh. No. I didn't like 1666 as much as I liked 1978.
Well, the definition for slasher movies is a mass killer going after a group of people, not a group of killers going after like 3 people. That doesn't count. So I don't think some of these on here should be on here, like Maxine and Pearl.
Never watched either. Well, Fear Street, those are my favorite. I like those.
Bodies, definitely.
Technically, watching Fear Street, because I have watched that one,
and so I have that.
There was a masked killer, but he was just controlling other people to kill.
Yeah, which is multiple killers going after like 3 people.
Technically 1 killer, because he's controlling.
No, because there's multiple masked people.
There's only actually 1 masked. One of them is masked. So it's the 1978 guy.
Well, see, then it should really count. Said masked people.
He is masked because you don't know who he is.
No, one is masked. You said 1.
Okay, there's 2 masked killers, and that one who you don't know who it is until 1966 or 1666, and then the other one got masked because he had a bag placed over his head in a struggle, and he just never took it off. It wasn't like he put the mask on. He just lost his mind.
They're dead people, dead serial killers that came back to life.
I liked Fear Street, so
I'm not counting that.
And Thanksgiving was a slasher.
Yes, that one is a slasher, but it's not on the top 10s.
Hard Eyes was a slasher.
Now my top 10 is, well, okay, I decided not to give my top 10 because I couldn't even come up with a top 10. So I did a top 5. And my top 5 is Halloween, Terrifier, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th.
She has my top 5 written down too, because we talked about it.
Yeah, and you already said like pretty much all of them.
Yeah, Fear Street. Woo! I did not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought that was stupid, and I'm pretty sure as it was playing, I was like going, "This is stupid."
Yeah, you did comment that a couple of times.
And I'm not I'm not normally mean about movies.
No,
but
you
like,
don't like any scary movies, so
I'm more scared of them than I am.
whatever.
I do like Scream.
I like Scream. I like them all.
Matthew Lillard is one of my favorite actors.
Even though he's just in the first one. He's about to be in the last one too.
Ooh, we have to watch that.
It comes out, I think, next month. Or it comes out at the end of this month, something like that.
I love true crime. True crime, my thing, my passion, everything. So I don't understand why I can't get into horror movies.
Because they're completely different. They're either copycats or they're like paranormal type of entities that somehow keep coming back to life.
Which is so like Michael Myers. Like he comes back so much. And all he does is just walk. Like, that's so unrealistic. Like, you can run away from him, but nobody ever gets away because they're stupid and they fall.
No, it's because they're too scared and they fumble.
Which would be me. It would be me. I would die first in a horror movie. I would be the one that you're screaming, "Don't go into that room," and I'd be like, "What's in here?" Yeah, I would die.
Yeah, you would probably die really quick.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Should we talk about my personal one that I drew that we kept not secret? Never mind. Because I drew movies.
You mean yours or the next topic, which is the stupid Jersey Devil.
Yeah, we drew the Jersey Devil, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't write anything down because she wrote everything down, and she was like, "This is not interesting at all." And I was like, "Well, then I'm not gonna waste my time. We'll just go with your information you have."
So pretty much the Jersey Devil, it's about the Leeds family from I think the 1700s. I think I forgot to write that part down. But they were about to have their 13th child, which is it's kind of hard to have like so many children at that age, like at that time, because
medical
medical reasons.
13 children.
So during her pregnancy, she decided to pray to God. Well, actually, I don't know if she actually prayed to God. It never really specified. It just said she prayed. And she wanted her 13th child to be the devil. And so after that, when she ended up giving birth, apparently this weird goat-like creature with wings and a tail comes right out of her, screeches at her, and then flies out of the chimney. And then people every now and then have been sighting it.
What?
Yeah, that's it.
Why would you want your 13th child to be a devil? Just have children. They're devils anyway.
I guess she just wanted something different. But it's just a legend. I haven't heard anything else about how this thing came up. Now people try to go hunt for this thing and look for it, but it's pretty much like Bigfoot. No one has ever found anything.
Well, yeah, because it sounds stupid. It sounds like a tale that you tell at a campfire.
That's probably where originally it came from.
No, they're not called ghost. Are they called ghost? Campfire tales. There we go. And then Mike Miles will come out and stab you to death because you're in his camp. Is he in a camp?
What did you just say?
Jason was in the camp.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you just said that.
I'm getting so many disappointed head shakes from you guys and probably from them.
Yeah.
I knew one of them was in a camp.
Oh my goodness. It's Jason in okay, I know you haven't seen the originals. You've only seen the remake, and that doesn't do justice. Because in the originals, the first movie, his mom actually goes back and kills the campers.
I did know that.
But in the second movie, he actually goes and starts killing people. And that's where we start getting Jason and then the crappy movies after that. The third one's actually good. The ones after that is not.
Yeah, I got to. The only one I've really watched is the one with Jared Padalecki, and the woman dies in the sleeping bag. That's all I really remember.
That's the latest remake they've done, or I guess the recent. I don't know. recent one.
Is his the Crystal Lake one?
Yeah.
Okay. I know a little.
I don't know. You kind of get them mixed up.
Well.
So what does Michael Myers do then?
He's the eat one.
Okay.
Right?
No. Technically, no.
Who's the eat one?
That is Psycho.
Oh! Wait, really?
Yeah, and...
Who's the Here's Johnny one?
Oh my god. That is The Shining.
Oh, that's completely different.
That is different. It's not even a slasher movie. Oh my goodness.
That's the Red Room one.
Red Rum.
Oh.
Red Room, if you're watching a scary movie, it comes from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
So, we've just went down a line, and I've shown how uneducated I am in horror, haven't I?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm gonna have a horror day, aren't I?
Yeah.
Where you're just gonna have to teach me all about horror.
Any other questions you got?
Oh, a bunch, but let's save them so you don't think I'm dumb.
Okay, well, there's not much to talk about the Secret Jersey Devil, so I guess if you want to talk about your secret drawing.
Yay, I'm so excited about mine. Or do you want to do yours first?
I mean, it's okay, so you do yours first.
Okay, so my secret drawing was personal ghost experiences, which I love because I have a very creepy tale. This happened way back when I was like 3. My parents moved into this house. It was being renovated. And my mom had one of those like big old holy Bibles, like those ones that you see at church in old churches that are thick.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have it anymore. But it would always like sit up on her nightstand. I'll come back to this. I would always wake up in the night with like scratches and bites and things all over my body. It got to a point to where I would not walk past my parents' bedroom when I was 3. I would cry, I would freak out, everything. This house had a bottom stairs, a bottom floor, and an upper floor. The upper floor was being renovated at that time. That was gonna get turned into like my room, my brother's room, like the family area. But the scar that I have on my face, that actually came from that time. One day, we moved out of this house because one day my mom was yelling at me because, not yelling, like mean, like getting on to me because I was doing something. This Bible was picked up and thrown across the room into the living room. We moved out. Now, I have had nightmares since I was little. And I have them every 5 years or so. It's exactly 5 years. I will walk up these staircases into this blue upper landing. There's 2 rooms on this side and a room on this side and a bathroom on this side. So, like that. Mm-hmm. And there's this big old, like, stained glass blue window at the end of the hall where an old lady is sitting in a rocking chair, rocking back and forth. She's not creepy.
Sounds creepy.
But it's a nightmare. Like, does that make any sense? Like, it's so...
Is it Conjuring creepy or like grandma?
It's a little bit of both. Like, she doesn't look like she's gonna hurt you or anything, but like you get the feeling that you're going to be hurt.
Oh, so it's pretty much looks like grandma, but you have a feeling that you're about to like...
So I brought this up to my mom like 6 months ago, and I explained the nightmare to her exactly how I explained it to you, and she looked at me and she said, "You shouldn't know what the upper landing of that house looks like. You never went up there. I have been dreaming of that house since I was a kid."
That's crazy.
And it later came out there was an old lady who died in that house, and there was an old, like, homeless man who hung himself in the attic.
Yeah, sounds like a lot going on.
But I'm due for another one of my nightmares any day now, so... If I wake up screaming, you know why.
I'll just shove a pillow over your face.
But yeah, it's so, like, crazy. And honestly, since I was a kid and I've grown up, I've always been around haunted houses and stuff. or haunted things. Like there's always been something that happens around me. So I'm pretty sure that I have something attached,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know what it is.
I mean, you could also manifest it.
Mm.
That's what I'm pretty sure happens to me, I guess. But
Since I've lived here, nothing has happened.
now, has anything recently happened?
Recently?
Like within the okay, I know that happened when you were like
3.
3.
3-ish. I was my mom was pregnant with my brother. So 2-ish, 3-ish.
So do you have a memory after that? Do you like remember like it's like right there?
There's so many like things. Like we used to have those porcelain dolls. Like I used to collect them.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't ever find them creepy until one fell off of a shelf one night, and then they all started falling off, and I was like, nope, I'm done.
So I need to get you a porcelain doll for Christmas.
Sure.
I'll make sure it's haunted.
And I mean, I always feel like somebody's watching me, but like that's just maybe because I'm a big old scary cat. But no, my biggest thing was that thing that happened and my nightmares that I have. Because I'm sorry, that is so like I just thought that they were reoccurring nightmares that I had that you can. So when I explained it to my mom, and she said you shouldn't know what the upper landing of that house looked like because you never went up there. I was like, well, that's creepy. Sounds like a horror movie. We should make a horror movie out of it. Make a horror movie out of my nightmare.
See, I have some experiences. I have the one. Go for it.
Well, no, because we had one together.
Oh.
Remember when I was moving into that blue trailer? And it was just me and you in that house, and we were hearing voices and footsteps, and we ran out.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. So we had one together.
We did. We actually had another one together.
I don't remember that one.
It also was with your cousin. She was over at the time.
My cousin.
Megan.
She was not my cousin.
Oh.
She was just a friend.
So, I'm going to go back from the very, very beginning.
Okay.
So, I don't remember any of this part. But in the house that I used to live in, I think it was like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I don't remember having like, you know, the whole imaginary friend type of thing or talking to like someone that's not there. An old man died in the room that was my room. The only reason why they think stuff was happening is because I had, it's not really porcelain, but it's not plastic. It's like kind of in between, you know, one of those type of materials. It would fall off my shelf and I can't reach that shelf. It was too high up. And then my dad would see a light-looking orb go down the hallway and go into the bathroom. That's pretty much about the most encounters which I mean, it wasn't a bad house. But the one that I remember, and I'll always remember this, no matter what, the first encounter that I will always keep with me is I don't think we just moved into the house. I think it's been a little bit. But it was that house on Walnut. It was the house you met me in.
Oh my god, that house was so crazy. It was so scary.
That house actually is, it was built when the same time that Oklahoma became a state.
So 1907?
Yeah. I was trying to remember what day it was. I knew the 07 part. I can't remember if it was 19 or 18. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
No, 18. Two.
But I don't know if the cowboys like lived there or if it was just a Native American house. But I know the Native Americans would hide in the attic for protection from certain cowboys. And that's about pretty much the only history I know about that house. Well, one day, it was the very first time that me and my brother were able to stay by ourselves. And this was right after school. And you remember how... Okay, first off, I'm going to give a laid out of the house so then the viewers understand.
But I remember the houses.
Yeah. So our back door is actually the front door we use because we never use the front door because of the placement that it was located at.
Mm-hmm.
It was a corner house, so I mean that's not a problem. But whoever lived there before put up a privacy fence in front of the front door and between the road, so no one really came to the front door. They always went to the back door. But anyways, you walk in there, and then there's my room, like directly my room. And then on to the left side was a very small bathroom with only a shower, a very tiny sink, and a toilet. And it was also the laundry room.
Yes.
So it was very tiny. And then there's two doorways. If you went from the back door and go straight, it goes into the kitchen. But if you went more into my room and into that door, it was my brother's room. And then those both places lead into the dining room. Now you can get to the bathroom, the main bathroom, from the dining room, but it also was attached to my parents' room. And then the dining room led to, of course, the living room and my parents' room. But I was pretty much on the other side of the house in the living room. My brother was in his room just playing with his Legos. And I was just coloring. I heard the door. And you remember how loud it has to shut, or like how it has to shut because of that weird looking lock thing?
You had to slam that thing, basically.
Yeah. So it made a loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was in the living room, and all of a sudden I heard that noise. I was like, "Hi, Mom," thinking my mom was there. And then, like, I don't know how long it's, like, I don't know if it was, like, just a couple seconds or if it was, like, a minute, but it wasn't that long. And then I heard it again, and I was like, what the heck's going on? And so I get up, and I go into my room, technically. No vehicle, and then I have to go ask my brother. I was like, did Mom come in? And he goes, no, Mom's not even here. I was like, you're joking. He goes, no, I'm not joking. I was like, oh my God. I was like, did you hear the door though? And he goes, no, I didn't hear anything. It's like, oh my goodness. And then I go to walk away. Oh no, I think I actually went to shut the bathroom door because it was kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I shut the bathroom door. And then I take a couple steps away from it, and all of a sudden I hear a shower curtain move, the water turn on, off, shower curtain move again. And I was like, what the heck? So I opened the door and I ran in there, and nothing moved. Like, I didn't even see any water. It was crazy. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that house was scary. I think our other...
Yeah, I mean, there was like little encounters after that, but not like majorly.
Didn't we have one in the brick house?
I don't think so. I don't think we actually had an encounter there. I think we just spooked ourselves. So that was kind of a new place. It wasn't that old or anything.
And we didn't have any in the blue house.
No.
The only other one we had was at my house.
Yeah.
And that one wasn't fun. I didn't like that house. I did not want to be in that house by myself.
Well, the other thing that we encountered together was we all decided to do the whole Bloody Mary thing.
Oh, yeah! Oh, no! I think it was in that house.
No, it was in the house before you moved.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was in,
And we all decided, let's go do this. And we go into the bathroom, we turn off the lights, we had a candle. And as soon as we said the second Bloody Mary, something popped up. We all freaked out and ran.
I remember that, and we never actually signed off the game, so we've been just haunted for years. We should maybe do that sometime.
Yeah, we can do that. Freak everybody out.
Get the kids involved.
Oh,
you guys want to play a fun game? But yeah, I forgot about the Bloody Mary thing.
I mean, I've had small, like, little encounters since then, but not something major. Like, maybe footsteps here and there, maybe a couple of voices, but
yeah,
nothing like that.
I've never actually like seen anything except for my nightmare, but I've never seen anything.
I haven't. Okay, to my knowledge, I don't think I've seen anything. I mean, that house seemed pretty creepy, and I could have seen something. I was just trying to like play it off like I didn't.
No, you're not there. You're not there. Nope.
Because one day I swore I seen some face in the very top attic window.
There for that one too. Because you were like, hey, do you see that? Like, I don't see anything. I remember that. Okay, so we've had more ghost encounters than we together than we realized. But no, that house on Walnut was
That was creepy.
there was something else, man. Definitely demonic.
No, it's not like that.
I don't care what you say. That's what I felt.
Maybe the house you were in.
Oh my god, that one was bad too. Like my room that we stayed in most of the time wasn't that bad.
No.
The back part of the house, though, where the bathroom was, like, whenever I would take showers, I would hear people walking, and I'd be like, hello? And, like, nobody would be there.
Well,
or knocking, or...
I'm glad
now
I
that
never
I-
got left by myself there.
I wouldn't do that to you. What do you think? I lived with you, basically. My house was haunted! Now that we're talking about it more, some of those things are coming back to me. Oh, that scared me!
Are you psyching yourself out now?
No! But that's perfect for the podcast. And then
Okay.
we have yours and our deep dive.
You know, it's funny.
What?
You say you never encountered anything here, but me and Cody have encountered stuff here.
Oh, you have? Oh, no, I take that back. Never mind. I had one in your garage last night.
In the garage.
In the garage. From that back room. I was in there. I was talking to my mama, and I heard the door open, and I turned. There was nobody there, and I was like, okay, I'm just imagining things. And then something in that garage, that back room, fell over.
That's weird. I've never had anything happen down there. It was always in Margot's room.
That's so mean! The poor baby!
Well, see, when we first, nothing's ever happened. So,
I don't go into that room anyway, except for when I'm charging something.
I don't remember when it started, but Margot started getting to where she didn't want to sleep in her room. She was, scared of something. No matter what we did, she did not want to go in there. And so I was like, okay, great. We have something in the house that she doesn't like. Well, then, I don't know what happened, but she was, fine with her room after that. I think it was, a week or two. She's fine. But every now and then, you'll hear her. I don't know if she's just playing with her characters or who she's talking to, but she's talking in there. Like, the other day, or actually, I think it was yesterday night. It might have been 2 nights ago. He was outside. And so Margot comes through the room and she goes, where's Dad at? And I was like, he's not here. I don't know where he went. And she goes in her room. She goes, well, Dad's not here. And we're like, what the heck is she talking to? But yeah, if you listen, she's talking in there. I don't know to who, or if it's just her playing with her characters, because she does play with her characters like that.
Yeah. Oh no.
I feel like I get a whole mimic situation happen, because sometimes I swear I hear the kids.
You know what? You're making me uncomfortable.
Why?
I have to live here for a little bit. I thought this was a safe space.
It is a safe space. That doesn't happen very often.
Now I don't want to go into Margot's room.
Oh my goodness. Well, don't psych yourself out. It's not scary looking. You don't get a feeling or anything. You probably will now since I said something. But
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I never want to be in this house alone by myself.
Okay.
I actually really like ghosts. I'm a big fan of ghosts. But I don't want to be haunted by a ghost. You stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine, and we don't just you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. No.
That's just the heater.
I know, but it was a bad timing.
Would it be funny if something happened and then you'd be like,
No.
Okay, well, do you want to move on to the next?
But now I'm wondering about all these scratches I have on me.
I think they're you.
Probably. I don't have nails.
I don't know what to tell you. So, I guess we'll go to the next topic, which is my secret topic.
Woo-woo.
So, my secret topic is family man killers. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to interpret that because I did have. I don't remember if I put down like family killers or something along the lines. So I was trying to remember. I almost snuck in to see what there was. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But how I took this is guys that are family members. I mean, it really doesn't matter who that decide to go kill and literally live a double life and no one knows.
So like BTK.
Yes.
That's the most famous one that I know.
Well,
John Wayne Gacy.
I mean, kind of.
But more BTK because
like he is probably the one on the top of the list because no one knew. The whole community was shocked. His family was shocked. Like they even tried to fight for him because they did not believe that he did any of that. But there is a documentary on, I think, Hulu. Let me see.
Dennis Rader. I know a lot about him. It's true crime, my passion.
I didn't write it down, but I think it's on Hulu.
I think it's on Netflix because I think I've seen it.
It could be on Netflix. I don't know. It's on something. Pretty much how he got caught is he asked. First off, he taunted the police for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And when they literally were, I think some reporter on the news said, "Oh, I think he's like either dead or he's in jail because there hasn't been anything going on, and so the place is safe." Well, after he heard that, he was like, "Nope, I'm going back," and that's when he started to taunt the police.
Yeah. The thing with that, him taking a break though, is his daughter in that documentary came out and said that he might have been doing stuff to her and her sisters.
I mean, yeah, because after, I don't know how long it's been from the time he got arrested to the time that they decided to start looking through his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's when she found all the journals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got to where he not emailed them. He wrote them a letter, asked them if a floppy disk can be traced.
Yeah, which is.
And of course they're gonna say, "Oh no, not at all."
Like, why did he that was stupid. Like, can this be traced? Nah, you're good. Send it in. I'd be like,
Like, it can't be traced to specifically to you, but it can be traced down a line
to the computer you were using, which then could be traced to the library or church because he was caught in a church.
Yes. See, if he probably went by a different name and he used the library, he probably would have been.
It would have been a little bit more okay.
Yeah, it would have been more challenging for the police.
He used the library where he was.
You mean church?
The church where he was I don't remember what pastor?
No, he wasn't the pastor.
Or youth something. He was something in the church.
He was some leader in the church.
It's why serial killers get caught, because they get dumb and sloppy. I'm not advocating for serial killers. I'm not like, this is what you need to do to be a serial killer. I'm just saying, that's how they get caught. They get dumb and they get sloppy.
I mean, that's how all of them go. Or they start getting to where they know they're running out of time, so they're trying to kill as much as they can, and that's kind of where the whole sloppiness comes from.
Yeah.
And it could be because they're too cocky as well. I mean,
we
really don't know.
Who's next on your list?
Robert Hansen.
I don't know who that is.
He is a serial killer in Alaska. You probably haven't seen it, but it's a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. I think it's called The Dangerous Game. Maybe not. But it has Vanessa Hudgens in it.
I think might know what you're talking about.
But she's a prostitute. She gets kidnapped. She runs away, tells the police, and then they don't believe her. And then eventually the guy gets caught and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't do my job."
But pretty much what happens is he would go to strip clubs and just pick up sex workers off the road. And he will tell them, "Hey, I want to be a photographer. If you help me out, I'll help you out." And then they meet up the next day or whenever they decide to meet up. And he ends up pretty much kidnapping him.
Mm-hmm.
But they willingly go to him, but then he kidnaps them, won't let them go. He takes them to his cabin in the woods.
Nothing good ever happens in a cabin in the woods.
He pretty much handcuffs them, tortures them, and he doesn't let them go. And then eventually he's like, okay, you know what? You can leave. And he lets them go. They take off running, and then he hunts them down and shoots them. Yeah. And the one that got away.
That type of serial killer.
Yeah. And the one that actually got away, she was naked with handcuffs on her hands still. And she went to the police and said, hey, this guy kidnapped me. This is the location and blah, blah, blah. And at first, they went and of course, investigated. Once they got there, everything looked nice and neat. Nothing looked out of the ordinary. He didn't look like he was out of the ordinary. And he had a solid alibi, which was a lie, but he had an alibi. After that, they're like, you know what? I mean, he looks good. You're a sex worker, so why should I believe you? Well, of course, the killings kept happening, and they kept finding. I don't know if they found bodies every now and then, or right away. I can't remember how that part got brought up. Eventually, they're like, okay. They never linked up that any of these were one person. I don't know how, but whatever. And then I think eventually, it kind of caught on to them. And so after they went and tried to investigate, of course, their number one suspect is him, because that's the first person that they had to look at anyways, because that girl, I don't even know her name. After, I don't know how long it's been, but after a while, that's when they decide to get the guy from Mindhunters to do a profiling, which is so awesome. I freaking love the Mindhunters.
You still need to show me the show.
I do. He pretty much put it down to a T on what he looks like, that he was a family man. No one would suspect him. He has a lisp or some type of speech problem. And they're like, you know what? This is him. This is no doubt him. And they decided from that profiling, they decided to get a search warrant for his house. And that's when they found all the evidence. So after they got him, of course, he went to jail, and his wife didn't believe any of that. She was so caught off, and he would do it every time. He would either make the excuse that he was going hunting, or she would be out of town.
I mean, technically, he was going hunting. He wasn't lying.
That's true, but still.
He don't lie.
Okay, so I'll let you do your secret topic. That's the only two I have. I mean, there was a couple more, but nothing that...
I did my secret topic.
Yeah, that wasn't your secret. No, your deep dive.
Oh, my deep dive. I told you guys last week that I was going to do the super glue thing, and I did do the super glue thing. I have the steps on how you can figure out how to get fingerprints off of things. Okay, the materials you will need. An airtight container. A large clear plastic container or large zip top bag works. A small non-porous dish, such as a metal bottle cap or folded aluminum foil, to hold the glue. Super glue, obviously. A small, shallow cup.
Okay.
Better at recording.
Yeah, it's recording, but it just froze there for a second.
Oh.
So it scared me.
A small, shallow cup or damp towel to provide moisture. Optional, but it helps speed up the reaction. A mild source of heat, such as a coffee mug, warmer, or a heat lamp. And then the object you suspect has a fingerprint on it. Step 1. Prepare the object. Ensure the object is dry and placed inside the fuming chamber, bag or container. Add moisture. Place a small amount of warm water on a moistened paper towel in the chamber away from where the glue will be placed. Add the super glue. Put 4 to 6 drops of super glue into the small aluminum foil or metal dish. Seal the chamber. Place the dish with the glue into the container next to the object, and then seal the container tightly to trap the fumes. Apply gentle heat. Place the sealed container under a heat lamp or a very low temperature warmer for 10 to 25 minutes. Do not open the bag during this time. If not using heat, the process might take longer, but holding the container in your hands can help. 6. Monitor the print. Check periodically to see if the pattern has developed into a white pattern. Be careful not to overdevelop the print, as the ridges may become blurred. Remove and record. Once the print is visible, open the container in a well-ventilated area to let the fumes extinct and then carefully remove the object. Enhance and analyze. The print can now be viewed as it is further enhanced by dusting it with fingerprint powder of a contrasting color and then lift the special fingerprint off with tape.
That was a lot. I think you need to try it now.
I want to try it. We need to get some super glue. Just
We
touch
did.
things.
I don't have super glue.
Yeah, so
I have E6000.
I don't think it would work.
I don't think so. I mean, you can look it up, maybe.
But we are eventually going to do that, and then we will tell you if it works.
So is that it?
Yeah.
There's nothing more to it?
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was a pretty good deep dive.
Yeah. You ready for mine?
Oh, God. Guys, be prepared. This might be...
Long. Okay. Yeah. It's long, but not that long. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
The Girl Scout murders.
Oh, I thought you were going to say cookies.
Why would I do anything with cookies?
Because I want a cookie.
Anyways, the Girl Scout murders, which took place at Camp Scott in Locust Grove here in Oklahoma.
Oh.
It's close. It's close to Tulsa. So it's that far away from us. I will say I'm not going to start off with the whole this is what happened before I tell you the story.
Okay.
So
just tell me the story and I will use my detective gear to figure it out. Probably not.
No, because you won't have the clues, you won't have the suspects. But it happened in 1977, June 13th. So 2 months before the Girl Scouts even arrived, they had a counselor cadet retreat, pretty much to get them ready to, get ready to be a counselor, figure out the moves they have to do.
Counselor training.
Yeah, that's what it is. So one of them noticed that their tent was ransacked. A box full of donuts they had actually went missing. Like none of the donuts were there, and there was a note left inside the donuts, or in the donut box. It is a tragedy. Those are probably good donuts.
I know. Why would you take the donuts?
But the note that was left, some people say there was 3 pieces of paper, and then others said it was all just one note.
We'll go with 3 because that seems more creepy.
Okay. 2 papers said kill, kill, kill all over it.
Well, he killed those donuts.
And then the other one said, we're on a mission to kill 3 girls.
Oh.
And just let you know, it says we. Well, it says where, but we.
So there's at least 2.
And when that person actually went to the higher up from the camp, my bad, they really thought it was a joke that the other counselors were playing. I mean, they were a bunch of teenagers and it was in the 70s, so I mean, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of a cruel joke to make.
Yeah.
Unless you're one of those people that are like, you know what, I'm trying to find a way out of this, so here you go.
Maybe us.
But they brushed it off. They also said that they never reported this, but there would be a guy that would walk around the camp. Not like often, just every now and then, but he was so nice, so they never reported him. He never seemed like he was going to do anything bad.
He did it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, they can't even describe what he looks like. They don't even know, because I think that would have been a good key evidence, but I don't even think they remember hearing about it at all. Now, there is something that happened, but they didn't realize it happened, but there's a little slit in the tent that actually the murders took place in. Now, I don't know how big significance this little slit makes for this whole thing, because I don't know what the tents fully look like. I don't the pictures don't really do justice because you get only a 2D look. But I think if you get a whole 3D effect and you can go inside, figure out what, I think that would be more better. But June 12th is when the Girl Scouts all arrived, and there was multiple. There wasn't just here's one troop.
Mm-hmm.
It was multiple troops. And each area had its own little section. Each of them had, I think, 8 tents. but it was 7 tents plus the counselor's tent. And then they had showers, I think, in each area. And each area was named after a Native American tribe. So this one was taking place in the Kiowas tribe area, I think. Yeah. Everyone had fun. They all showed up, and then about 6 p.m., it started raining. And so most of them had to go to their room. Well, I mean, cabin, whatever it is, because it wasn't, it was definitely like roughing it with like stuff over it to protect yourself. That's about it.
Camping. They were camping.
Yeah. I mean, true camping.
Yeah. I don't want to go true camping.
Why do you not like true camping?
No. You're talking about people getting murdered camping. I've seen too many movies. Not really, but yes.
This is what their tent looked like.
Oh, those are like, what are they? The archaeologist type of tent, where they're kind of big.
Pretty much just enough to make sure they're covered.
Yeah.
So all the Girl Scouts decided that, well, I don't know if it's all of them or just like certain ones, but some of them decided to write letters to home. And I think 2 of them said, how much they're having fun. They're so excited. They can't wait until the next day, see what's in store. They made new friends. And then one of them was like, I really don't like it here. I want you to come pick me up. I mean, I did make friends, but I'm not having fun. And
that would be me.
Now, that same one actually didn't even want to go in the first place.
That would be me. I feel
And it's because her friend, everyone, like, depends on who you're talking to. Some people say friends, others just say friend. I don't think there really is a record on how many was really going to go. But she ended up getting sick, and her mom's like, no, you're not going. You're staying home. So she had to go by herself. But she made 2 new friends. Not very long, sadly.
Oh no. We are not laughing at the tragedy of this, by the way. Like, I know it seems like we're just making jokes, but like, you can't laugh at dark things, and like, why are you here? This is probably not the podcast for you. We don't take things very seriously around here. But we also do at the same time. But we don't. But we do.
Half and half.
Yeah.
So that night, a counselor actually heard noises. And they went outside with a flashlight, and they can hear, like, they described it as animal noises. Well, when they flashed the light towards that area, it stopped. So then they're like, okay. And they went to go back, and it started again. So they turned the flashlight back in that area. Nothing.
So they were playing flashlight tag.
Kind of. And then they're like, you know what? It's probably an animal. I'm going back to bed. So they went back to bed. Another one said that she seen 3 different flashlights. Well, she said lights. I'm going to assume they're flashlights, but different, like, little lights, circled lights. And they were just moving. And she said it was in the direction of the Kiowa camp. And then they just disappeared. So she thought, I think, if I remember correctly, she thought it was like some campers just going back or something. I don't know exactly. And then allegedly, that another counselor heard someone scream and heard mama, 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 and then dead silence. So, but they never reported or anything. They just went back to bed because the noise stopped. Yeah.
So they were probably dead. That's why it stopped.
Now, I mean,
those poor girls.
I mean, I understand, like, the frustration some people have with that. Like, why didn't you just go investigate? But they were also teenagers themselves.
They were probably scared. They
probably were scared, or like, I'm not going to go investigate.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't do it. I'm being honest. If I heard mama, it's dead silent, see flashlights, hear rustling, I'd be like, you know what? That ain't my problem. Good night. Mom, come and get me in the morning.
Well, those were all 3 different encounters from 3 different people. But I'm sure they were scared because, I mean...
Also, they got those notes a month earlier, right?
Yeah, that happened in April. They got all that in April.
Yeah.
And then 2 months later is when this happened. Like, technically not 2 months. It's a whole month and, like, some days. For us, I mean, to me, I think more paranormal
Mhm.
than anything else. That'd be my first go-to.
Not in the woods.
I don't know why. No, even in the woods, I'd go to paranormal.
Nope.
I'd be
I'd
like,
go-
that's a cryptid. I ain't leaving.
I'd go, there's a murderer. I ain't leaving.
Now, they also didn't have they didn't have cell phones like we do, so they can't just randomly go up and call the police and be like, hey, there's some noises here, come investigate.
Yeah, that is true. It was the 70s.
Yeah. They would have to go to the area that had the wall phone and call 911.
Wall phones.
I don't know where that wall phone is located from where everyone was at. So no one actually ever never mentions any of that, which is weird. The next morning, the counselor that was in the camp area, she's also the one that heard the noises, went outside and did the flashlight thing and then went back to bed. She was walking to the showers, which makes no sense to me on how she still found it because everyone said she was walking to the showers. But when you look at the map, the showers are literally located by her tent. So I don't know if those were just the bathrooms and the showers were somewhere else, but she had to walk a trail to get to the showers.
So maybe they were just bathrooms.
So that's what I'm thinking, but they are naming it showers. I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting it all wrong. She seen a sleeping bag on her way to the showers, and she thought, camper lost her sleeping bag or just threw it there. And she went to go pick it up and realized that there's someone inside. And then she got with the other counselors, said, we need to check on this tent. There's something wrong. This is the other part that doesn't really get a whole lot of attention. It doesn't say that some people went and called the police, some people did this. Like, it doesn't say anything. It just said they pretty much got together, checked on the other tent, and then tried looking for the other two. They went after they seen the tent. It was full, like there was blood everywhere. They went out to look for the other two. Well, when they went and looked for the other two, they found them. Which this is where I'm going to get to the victims. Milner, she was age 10.
That's so sad.
Yeah, she was the first victim found at the tent or at the tree.
Your oldest is almost 10.
I know. She's 7. No, she's 8, my bad. She's 8. My middle child's 7. Like, but I mean, once I reveal the other two, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's definitely our kid's age.
Oh no.
But she was the first victim. They went to the back and found it. But after they found the other two, which was Heather Gousset, she was age 9.
Oh my god, those are our babies.
Lori Farmer, age 8.
Those are our babies. Mine's about to turn 8. Yours is 8.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the mama thing now makes more sense.
Yeah. 2 of them were found in. Okay. This is where it kind of gets a little rocky depending on who's talking. Mm-hmm. Is they all say that they found them all in the sleeping bags. Well, not all of them. Both of them, 2 people in the sleeping bags and one of them out of the sleeping bag. And then others say it was just one in the sleeping bag. The other one was on top of the sleeping bag. And the other one, she was never in the sleeping bag. I think she was near it, but she was not in it or anything. And that one is, to be honest, I can't remember which one that one is. It might be on my notes, but I don't know. When they found the victims, the one that wasn't inside her sleeping bag, like, consistently, she was actually sprawled out and all naked. So, and they were all sexually assaulted. 2 of them were bounded exactly the same, and the other one was completely, that's the one that was different than the others. So I think that should have been a clue right there that it should have been multiple people.
Yeah.
But they all claim it was one. Now, each tent was supposed to be filled with 4 girls each. But because Denise's friend didn't make it, there was only 3 in that tent. And then when the police finally showed up and they were doing their investigations, they found a red flashlight that was covered with a trash bag, and it was poked with a little hole, which is a way they say that prisoners do it, or people that are sneaking around, so where it can give minimal light for them to see, but not for others to see. Mm-hmm. but they seen that, and they seen a crowbar, and they think that was the murder weapon, or I'm sure it was the murder weapon, but and then inside the tent they found a bloody footprint. And then after like kind of going through for a while, they found three caves, but only one was significant. And that one had pictures in it, like they were developed photos.
Mhm.
And where the photos came from was a prison. And I guess this prison had where inmates can do jobs to earn like money and stuff. And one of them was a photographer, and he had this guy help him. And once they got to, or he was the developer, he took the photos and the other guy developed them. Well, those photos came from the developing thing, and you can make copies of these.
Mhm.
So they were saying that he made copies of these photos and kept them, and they were of women. It was only two women. They also found panties, a purse, and glasses. And then on the wall, it said, let's see if I remember, because I didn't write it down. It says something about how they're not catching him, or they're not going to catch him or anything, like he's not going to catch the killer. And it gives the date that he did it, and it says, y'all are all fools. I don't know if it was during this whole entire process or if it was before, like the whole note situation. A farmer that was in that same area reported stuff stolen, and it was three crowbars. And I don't know why you would report beer missing, but he reported three of his beers are missing. This is where they think it was one person, and they think it was a guy named Gene Hart. But the other suspect that was like well talked about was his name was Steven. I don't know his last name, but he was another suspect, and he had good evidence on him as long as Gene Hart as well. So they had pretty good evidence, but not enough to be like, you did it. There's just like a little bit here that says, oh yeah, he did it. A little bit here that says, no, he did it.
Or better yet, they both did it.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Is either they both did it or someone like that knew both of them helped one or the other. Now, I believe that Gene did it, like when I was doing research before I found anything else out, which is how I'm writing this is pretty much from the beginning to the very end.
Mhm.
So when he went to court for the murders. They finally found him a year later, and he was not convicted of the murders. Now, of course, he is also Native American. He's Cherokee, because I know someone pointed out about maybe it was like because they were in his tribe camp looking whatever that he went after them, but it was a Kiowa camp, and he's from Cherokee, so that has nothing to do with it. But he was very well liked by all the Native Americans that were around him, so they didn't believe he did it at all. They helped him hide and everything. This Native American claims that he cursed the dogs and did some whatever you want to call it
Voodoo.
to help Gene get off of their trail. And the most significant thing that we talked about was they had two search dogs looking for him in that area. And that Native American was like, your dogs are going to die. And I think they said 2 days or within the week or something like that. And they really ended up dying within that time. Separately. They weren't together. They were separate. Yeah, very odd. But I will say Gene was also in prison before this. He killed one of them. And the other one, I don't know if he let go or got away, but he raped them and he bounded them. And what is very odd is also they were both 2 months pregnant. They also wore glasses. He also would steal women's glasses to wear. But some people say that he steals them, that he stole them because he has bad eyesight and he was just trying to find his prescription type so he didn't have to go buy glasses. Others say it was probably a trophy, but I mean, you don't know. You don't really know.
I'd rather go with the trophy thing because it's
Sounds better.
But if he was, here's the thing: if he was raping women, you don't normally change your sexual preferences like that. You don't go from like that's not how that really
not
works.
Unless you're getting desperate. And he was in hiding for quite a while before this happened. Because after that happened, he actually went into jail. And after that, he got out. Or no, he escaped, actually. He escaped. And he was hidden out for a couple months. And then he decided to go rob a house. And it turns out it was I think it was a dispatcher, but it was a woman. And she, like, got him real quick. And he went back to jail. I don't know how long he stayed in there. I don't think it was very long. But he ended up escaping again. And that's when he was in hideout for the longest time. And it was, I think, 4 months between him escaping and then the murders happened.
Well, I'm not saying that he didn't do it because obviously, like, he was a part of it. But what I'm saying is, sexual predators like that don't normally change their MO because they don't get sexually aroused.
He didn't change his MO. He just changed the age.
That's
the way that they were bound was exactly how the others were bound.
There was somebody else involved, is what I'm saying.
Oh no, there's no doubt. When you go, I'm not completely giving you full details on what happened. There's a footprint. Now, okay, some people call it the ghetto shoe, and it's where if your shoes don't fit you, you pretty much cut the toe out, so you still have a shoe, but your feet aren't like cramped. But the shoe is smaller than his size. Not only that, why would that note say we? Also, why is there 3 crowbars missing and 3 beers?
Like, why does one person need?
Like, the beer thing is, and like, that's okay. I mean, like,
you didn't give me a timeline, like, from when they heard the mama.
Give you a timeline.
From when the mama was screamed and from when the camper walked and found the body in the thing.
Oh, that's from like 1:30 a.m. and then she was up at 6 a.m.
Okay, so if technically if there was one person, then he could have killed.
No, I really don't see it being one person. There's no way that one person would be able to go inside that tent and grab one person. Or, well, okay. The tents had blood in them, so they're suspecting that at least one of them was killed inside the tent. But the one that was pretty much sprawled out, she was killed right there.
That's another thing, is like, he's not going to be able to get all 3 of them at once.
Yeah. That's without getting caught.
Yeah, because they're going to run away, they're going to scream, there has to be
at least 2, but I really think 3 people did it.
Yeah.
Now, there could have been all 3 killers. They could have just been like a person, like an accomplice.
Mm-hmm. And
then maybe 2 of them killed. But either way, I don't think one person did this.
No, there's no way.
Gene not also lived inside that cave that they found the stuff in, but his house was like catty corner. Like, his parents' house was catty corner from where it happened.
Yeah, so Gene was definitely involved, but there's 2 other people.
Oh yeah,
was Gene the guy who was walking around the camp?
No one knows. Like, no one. That's the thing. No one has reported about what this guy looked like. They never, like, I don't see the police. I didn't see the police asking anyone that question either. Nothing. Yeah, that kind of went out the window, but that could have been good evidence. Now, also, them reporting it would have been good evidence as well. I mean, I guess. See, this one I don't understand. The 70s was kind of bad, but not at the same time. So it's easy to be like, whatever. But there's so much crime going on that...
Especially in 1977, because that's when, like, Ted Bundy was very...
Not only him, I mean...
Like, John Wayne Gacy, BTK was, I think, just starting, or about to start, and that time... Son of Sam was around that time. Like, there was...
Yeah.
Charlie Manson. Like, there was big things going on that made people...
Now, see, I know they don't have social media like we do today, so it's not easy to be like, oh, this is happening. So I'm sure it kind of got not as well known, but at least it was on the news, and I didn't have parents watch the news. So at least they knew about it, but this is, I mean, it's not good to inform your kids on what's going on, but just be like, they're teenagers. Be like, this is what's kind of going on. Please be aware. Gene also knew the area very, very well. Of course, he lived there. He hid out there, like, very easily. At the time that I was doing, not at, really at the time I was doing research, but the videos I was watching, the case was still open. One of the moms, she decided she wanted to keep it open just in case new evidence showed up, someone knew something and finally wanted to say something, or they could finally do new DNA tests. Now, this is where, I mean, I have this in my notes, but some people do believe that 2 people were involved. I really think it was 3.
I personally think it's 3 too.
Another theory, though, is that one of the girl counselors was in on it.
I could see.
And that makes sense because one of the times that they did DNA testing, there was, I mean, of course, they're all women. So, I mean, they could have went in there and cleaned the whole area, get it ready for all the Girl Scouts. But there was women DNA in there that wasn't any of the kids. So, but no one had come up to whose it was. Now, there is, I mean, I guess that's pretty much all I have on Gene. He was also an athlete. I think that's why the Native Americans didn't want him to go, because he was a star athlete. So he was very well known. He was on the top of everything. So I think that's kind of what helped. Some people believe that they did it because, they feel like the police were just targeting him because he was a Native American and it was an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, that could have been true too, but literally the
evidence
is right there.
If his MO was the same as he did before, then
the 4th camper that couldn't make it actually made a documentary that's on Hulu. It's called Ashes. Keeper of the Ashes: The Oklahoma Girl Scout Murders. I'm not telling you who it is. You'll just have to go watch it, which is why I waited for this so we can watch it together.
Yay! We get to watch.
But after discovery of the victims, they sent everyone home and they shut down camp, and they never opened up after that. So it's pretty much abandoned. Now
let's go.
There is some videos of people going. I can't remember what the recent one was, but the only thing that's really there is half of a building, a couple of other small buildings are the rec rooms type of buildings. None of the tents are there, of course.
Obviously, they probably took those down.
I mean, maybe, but nature could have took it over really easily because
nature has a way of. Nature's gonna take back over one day. It will.
But they never told anyone who the victims were, so literally parents didn't know if their child was going to get off the bus. Yeah.
Oh, that is so sad.
Sherry Farmer, mother to Lori, which is the 8-year-old. She started an establishment, the Oklahoma chapter. It's an organization called Parents of Murdered Children, and it helps provide support and assistance to families of murder victims, which is very nice. Because who do you go really talk to? I mean, no one really knows what to do until it happens. So this is where we know exactly 100% who it was. In 2022, they retested the DNA after getting donations, and it was Gene's DNA.
Obviously.
But I still believe more than one person did the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that is all my deep dive. If I would have went if I would have get detail to detail, it would have been a lot longer than that.
And we'll do our card, and then we have a closing. We actually did it. Well, she did.
Okay, so what I drew was a conspiracy theory that makes you go down a rabbit hole.
I forgot mine. Hold on. I have to pull up my notebook. I drew ghost hunting. So the way we're doing this is, since we've already looked into it, I've done places in Oklahoma where I want to go.
I've done a little bit here and there.
I just did places in Oklahoma where I want to go. And I'm so excited. My conspiracy is so good. It really did send me down a rabbit hole.
Okay, so you ready for the trivia game? And you know what? We also didn't do this in the last.
Yes, we did. That's where I got my super glue.
Didn't we?
Yeah, that's where I got my super glue.
I feel like we didn't. Anyways,
I like how she reads it first and then she'll read it to us. She's like, I gotta read it first.
I guess because I'm deciding on if I actually want to read it or not. Which national park has a 50-minute stretch known as a legal murder zone?
Isn't it Yellowstone?
Yellowstone's on there, but there's also Great Smoky Mountains, Rocky Mountains, and I think that says Yosemite.
Yosemite?
That's what that's. Okay.
Oh, it's either Yosemite or
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone. I think it's Yellowstone.
Yeah, I think it's Yellowstone too. Ready?
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
Oh my god, we're right! Yosemite.
Look. I don't even care.
Oh, that was so cute.
If I never seen it said as it's spelled, I wouldn't know how to say it.
Is it Yogi Bear from Yosemite?
No. Jellystone.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yes. And there's a real place called Jellystone.
Do you guys hear this? She's so mad at me right now. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
This is our first time doing this, so if it messes up, we're sorry, but we'll get better. We're starting to slowly get better.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe.
Hit the bell so you can get notifications when we post our episodes.
Thank you for listening to
Dark Conversations. Have a good night and
keep your darkness at bay.